Hey everybody, it's Keisha, and my voice sounds like this because last night I went to Dayina믹듀오's Grand Carnival tour stop in LA. And I'm here just to give you the highlights, the highlights of my night. So I bought the VIP tickets, which were expensive. So that meant I got cruise socks, a t-shirt, a meet and greet, and a group photo with Dayina믹듀오. And I also got to go into the concert venue earlier. You know, with K-pop concerts, they might say you get to meet your artist, but really it's like you stand in line to give them a high five. So I wasn't expecting to actually be able to talk to them, but we did. The meet and greet started at 6, so naturally I got there at 4:45, and just waited until then. And getting there, I was like the 5th person in line. Girl! Since they're not a K-pop group, I could get there at 4:45 and still be the 5th person in line. So the meet and greet happened before the show. They had like a photo booth set up, and they brought us in groups of 5. And I was in the first group of 5. So Gekko and Choiza come into the photo station, and they take some test shots. They're just having fun. They're like, boom, boom, boom. And then me and 4 other girls just come in there, maybe I'm just a little biased towards Gekko because his cheekbones, but I immediately went towards him and I held out my hand, and he took my hand and he shook it, and he also did the dab. He gave me dab, and he was like, I know he said something to me, but the problem was I was freaking out. I was like, oh my god, Gekko's holding my hand! That I don't remember what he said. It was something like, nice to meet you, glad you could make it, hope you have fun. It was something like that. My response was, I was just like smiling and nodding. That's all I could do. And then when we were taking the picture, Gekko put his arms around me, around my back. That's fine. The lady was like, some of y'all can move to the ground, but I was like, no girl, Gekko's holding my back. Girl, I'm not gonna go anywhere. And the camera wasn't taking pictures, but I was cool with it. I was like, girl, take your time. Cause Gekko was still holding my back though. So when the camera finally started working, we were all in mid-sentence when she took the second picture. And then Gekko said, when she took the picture, my face was like, ah! Ah! I was screaming on the inside. And then after the picture, I went over to Choiza and shook his hand too. He said something like Gekko, hope you enjoy the show. I'm glad you can make it. Something like that. But again, I was just like, I couldn't think. I didn't even think hey, maybe I should respond. I couldn't think of anything. I just nodded and smiled, And when I held their hands, they were just so soft. Beautiful rain, ocean view, a swim good. Then we got the shirt and socks and we went to the concert venue. The ticket said it was general admission, but there were seats there. There were seats there. Beautiful, beautiful. And because I was in that first group of 5, we got there first, so we were sitting front and center in the first row, right there at the stage. This never happens to me when I go to K-pop concerts, because I'm just not willing to get there 2 days ahead of time to wait to get a nice spot. I'm not finna do that. So the fact that I got to do it with Dayina믹듀오, who I love so much, I was just like, this is perfect. The concert hadn't even started yet, but I was like, this is the best concert I've ever been to. We still gotta wait an hour and a half for it to start, but I'm just like, this is the best. So the show started with DJ Friz just doing a little DJ mix, swing it, swing it, swing it, swing it. And everybody's not hyped up yet, but I'm still if you thought I was energetic reacting to videos at concerts, I'm like that times 500. And then he kept smiling. I know he was smiling at me. I felt like we had eye contact, and then he would look back down and start smiling. I know it was because of me. So he does that for a good little while, and then Dayina믹듀오 comes out. Everybody's like, blah! And I'm like, what? Choiza and Gekko just come out, they start jamming, we're jamming, I'm excited. I'm already sweating at this point. My fangirl is glistening real hard at this point, just already. And I'm like, we're just getting started. And throughout the whole show, they were just engaging with the crowd so much. We could reach out their hands and sometimes they would grab it. I held Choiza and Gekko's hands so many times. There was even one part of the show, Gekko had squatted down right in front of me, and I started screaming even louder. I was already screaming, but I went from ah to ah! And then he looks at me and he's smiling and he goes, then he reaches out his hand towards me and he grabs it. He grabs it. I start screaming even louder. I was like, ah! I was just like, this is the best moment ever. And they were playing all the jams too. They were playing Shoot Go In, Eat It Ho. And then they did like, you know, Go Jam and J.o.t.s from their new album. I thought they were gonna do more songs from the album, but those were the only two they did. And then they started slowing it down, you know? Gecko rocking to the beat. They even took it back and did the older Dainamicduo songs. A few months ago, I reacted to them performing Ring My Bell at the end of the year performance awards. Look at his hands. His hands look really soft. Gecko's hands. If only one day I could give him like a high five. Like, then they performed at the concert. Going from seeing it to my computer to seeing it live, I was just like, you know, this is what dreams are made of. Throughout parts of the show, they were like, you know, talking to the audience, just like saying stuff. And Gecko said he prepared a speech for everyone.
Hey. I prepared a speech for you guys.
They talked in Korean a lot, but they also spoke in English too. So Gecko said his speech in English and he was reading it off of this piece of paper.
Just got to LA and I love it here. I love fall. In and out. And Game of Thrones. I feel like a free man because I'm in LA.
It was so adorable. Inside, I was crying, but you know, held it all together on the outside. I was just screaming a lot. And then when he finishes the speech, he balls up the piece of paper and like gives it to someone in the crowd. And then someone was me. I got the paper. Look at this. It's so cute. You can even see where he like marked out stuff and rewrote it like in and out. You know, that's fine. You know, it's totally adorable. And then at the end, he signed it and then there's a heart. So naturally that means he loves me. And you know, throughout the concert, I was pumped all the way on level 10,000 the whole time. Screaming, jumping, dancing. Gecko and I were vibing. Like there was a part of the song, he was like, and I'm like, like we were jamming, we were in sync. Everybody else was really energetic too, so they were just like going around like, yeah, yeah. My internal organs were just being filled with hearts. I just couldn't handle it. It was too much. And then at the end, they like got some of the staff people to take pictures of them and the whole audience. And Gecko posted on Instagram, if you look between his crevice, between his arm and his head, my face is right there. I'm like, once I left that concert, I was like, everything was totally worth it. I love this moment. This is the best. I love Dainamicduo so much. So I hope you enjoyed this little story. Hope it wasn't too all over the place. I'll have to see once I edit it. Until next time, bye! I didn't actually have anything I wanted to say to them anyway. The only things that came to my mind were, Gecko, I love your cheekbones, and I love you. But I didn't really want to say either one of those, so then we got our merchandise and then we sat down until